Hey Gemini, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And, oh boy. There we go. It comes to you exactly the right time. Whenever it arrives. However, if you want it fresh off the press, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload all your favorite content. The astrology is really interesting, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into that first. I'm really curious about the central card, though. Ooh, okay. So, why am I laughing? Chiron is in opposition to Mercury for most of this week. Now, actually for the next week and a half. What does that mean? Well, that means there's cognitive dissonance between what somebody else is saying and what you're hearing. There always feels like they don't get you, they don't understand you, or everybody else is an idiot. Really what it's doing is hiding the fact or feeling inside of you that you think you're an idiot, or where you feel like you don't really measure up, but you may not have admitted this to yourself yet. So you're being put into situations that are triggering different aspects that you're projecting onto others, that the universe really wants you to see in yourself. And all of this is happening through partnership. So if you feel like you and your partner, whatever, because this is a general reading, whatever that partnership is, but it would be a close partnership. It would be because Mercury is in Libra right now. So that's about romantic relationships, long-term partnerships. But we can expand that into whatever intimate partnership that you're a part of. You're like, don't be surprised if you think, why do they sound like such an idiot right now? Or why are they not getting what I say? Or why are they not understanding me? Is it because they're just not able to? Or are you not able to comprehend them? The best remedy for this is to put yourself in a situation where you have to understand why others are not understanding, which is teaching. Teaching, where you need the mental dexterity to have the patience. You need to have the patience to find out, okay, if they're not understanding, why aren't they? And how can I make them understand? And this may help you dig into why you may not be actually communicating something correctly. But that's really where this dissonance is going to happen this week, especially surrounding your partner. Now, the good news is later on in the week, in the last couple of days of this week, there will be a trine to Saturn, which will help you out a great deal. A trine between Mercury and Saturn that will basically help you put all of this to work. Saturn can take the worst ingredients and make the most delicious plate out of them, because Saturn doesn't think about anything but I've got a task to do. How do I get it done? Let me use the resources in front of me. And they will figure, you'll get that purity, that clarity, and that pragmatism later on at the end of this week. So you will work it out and you will figure it out. And this is actually a teaching week for you. But that's how it's going to happen, through a lot of conversations where you're feeling, oh my God, this person is such a freaking idiot. Like, can you just listen to what I'm saying, please? But you'll feel like it's sort of the universe trying to trigger you to say, why do I feel misunderstood? Do I ever feel people can really truly understand me? And is that something that I'm using to keep me separate from others? And is that really making me happy? So that's really the challenge in the cosmos this week. And I laugh because the central energy here is throw yourself into something. This is sort of like a leap of faith. It may not make sense to you. This sense of, okay, I'm just going to just throw myself in and figure that they know what they're talking about, or that maybe I'm not seeing something. It will not ever feel clear to you. But this leap of faith is something it's something that you need to totally immerse yourself in. You could also be experiencing a total immersion situation where you just throw yourself into something. You want to be completely wrapped up in it, like teaching, like learning another language, or like learning the different language of a partner or somebody that you're interested in. Total immersion, jumping in and saying, yes, this is where I'm in right now. I'm not going to distract myself with anything around me. So this could be suggestive as well, like a suggestion of, hey, this is how you get through the week. Just throw yourself in and make your mind figure it out. Make your mind open itself to empathy and compassion. But there's a lot of cards on the table, so let's get to them. Let's start with the bottom first. We have you see clearly now. This is usually about a truth coming out. It's coming out kind of in the past, a realization, a truth, or just clarity in your thought. Some sort of dynamic realization. Could have to do with something social because this is Aquarius energy. But a lot of times owl energy, we associate it with bad news, but it's not. It's just maybe stuff we were hiding from ourselves or somebody was trying to hide from us that suddenly becomes very clear and unhidden, or at least it's revealed to your eyes. Then we have be loyal to what you love. This is something in your family. This is a sense of like realizing how important your family is to you, or realizing I'm going to love this motherfucker whether or not they love me. It's almost like learning to forgive somebody even if they've been horrible to you, because you realize the weight and the burden of the hate and the sadness is you punishing you. It's kind of like that. But both of these are upright, so I think that this is just a sense of recognizing how important family is to you, however that's impacting you. And then we have dream the world into being, or you have just revealed something to your family recently. This is kind of in the past, but it would be the recent past where you've just or decided to reveal something to your family, like let them see something about you or something about your life. And then we have dream the world into being. This is what you want to do with your future, what your divine plans are, or where you see yourself headed. So maybe that's the discussion that you opened and revealed to people who were close to you. Then we have be playful, which is keep things light. Try to be, maybe introduce it to them with comedy, right? Try to be playful, try to keep it light. This is almost like casually bringing home your new boyfriend, or girlfriend, or not introducing them as a new boyfriend or girlfriend, but saying, hey, this is my friend. But clearly the fact that you've brought them home because your family's important to you is implying that there's something more, but you just kind of kept it light. You didn't maybe make any statements, but even in a non-statement, something should have been clear. This could have also been somebody in your family doing this to you. So your children could have just brought home their boyfriend or girlfriend, or you're starting to realize or see that a relationship is getting deeper, or that a situation is more than what maybe they initially proposed it to you as, but because you see that there's a future there. There's an element here where you could see there is a future here, or at least plans for there to be a future. And then we have time to heal, which is exactly what it says it is. And that chironic energy really is important here. It's like healing those aspects about yourself that you felt that were toxic to you, clearing out those toxins, clearing out those poisons and secrets and lies and deception or shame could have been all of that. So just wanting to get rid of those things and not have to deal with them anymore. So you told somebody about something recently, or they told you, a rebirth is assured. So this is all about you coming back out of the dark, like you finally spreading your wings and being able to fly again. It's like you finally taking flight after a very long, difficult situation. And then we have bring a gentle touch. So there is new love somewhere in your life, wherever that's coming from, which brings me back to maybe somebody introducing somebody that they really care about to people that are significant to them. Keeping it light, not technically making any commitments, but at the same time, the reveal in and of itself means something. So, okay, that's a little bit in the past. And then we have things just got deeper for you. And that's what's happening this week, especially with all of this craziness about this dissonance. This is about really, really throwing yourself into getting to know somebody and accept their idiosyncrasies, because maybe beforehand it was just kind of light. We were just keeping it light. You saw a future with this, but you weren't completely ready to dive in. This is you, Gemini, deciding I am completely ready to dive in. Does this have to be about romance and a person? No, this could be about your job. This could be about, you know, an entrepreneurial, like an entrepreneurship, like a, you know, you were just playing around with the idea of doing something full time, and now you're like, okay, I'm in it. I'm tired of pussyfooting around it. I just want to get to the depths of it, which is where you get to the complications of it, and you start to see where there's incompatibilities, right? And can I, or where there's challenges, and can I work through them, and how do I deal with them? And this will be a challenging week, but it's challenging because you've leveled up by going all in. Holy moly. Then we have Spirit has a plan, which is fate and destiny. Also, it's headed into the future. Tend to the small things. And life is speeding up, and this is you, Gemini. This is Virgo Gemini energy. So this is really about communication, talking, and a lot of intellectual thought that goes into details. Now, you are very detail oriented, so I don't think that will be a problem for you, but there is a sense of making you or bringing out the aspects of you that are detail oriented. Needing to pay attention to detail, and maybe even being a little bit nitpicky and getting stuck too much in the details and maybe not seeing enough of the bigger perspective. Anything that's happening to you with this energy is there to teach you how to do better. So those challenges are for real, but they're setting you up for success. Right, and it's you're moving out of this kind of wonky energy in like a week and a half. So this is for this week. Remember, this is a weekly forecast. Whenever this comes to you, so ultimately, it's kind of saying, yeah, it's setting you up. All the little nitpicky, administrative things that you have to do, the work that you're putting in now is setting you up to, it's making things come together. Things aren't, it's like they're unraveling to ravel tighter. You know, you may be feeling like you're starting again or starting fresh, but that's because you've reached another level with this situation. And so you do carry with you all that you've experienced and all that you've learned, but now you have to figure out how to put that into the context of this current situation. Okay, so let's move on to our moon cards as we go deeper. What came out right now, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So beautiful energy, right? And like I said, in the future, by the end of this week, that Capricornian energy is coming in, and all that hard work you did to like dig down, and you didn't give up, and you threw yourself in, and this is the suggestion. This is what's being suggested to you. Throw yourself in, dig down, get into the nitty gritty, get into the details, have enough patience to go through all of this. That is going to really pay off for you. So I mean, could be almost forensic in a way, in that you're just digging real deep, and you're going through frame by frame or line by line, and it could even be in some ways. I don't think it's somebody going over what you've said to them. I think it's conversations being had. But I love the fact that you're going all in. And that's really the front and center, is here making the decision to go all in, and realizing that there was a lot of unexpected things, but you have the stamina, you have the patience, and you have the ability to stick with it. That's really important this week, because it's going to make things so much stronger. It's going to help things work and function and actually take off by the time this energy wears itself out. So adjustments are required. This is in the past. So these adjustments have needed to happen for a while. And maybe in the context of whatever situation you were in the past, you couldn't deal with those situations. You couldn't deal with those circumstances. There was too much hullabaloo. You needed to heal from it. You needed to move on from that situation. And then there's a sense of surrender to the divine. Both of these cards are coming front and center. So that's your main goal this week, is to figure out how to just let go and let God. And just jump in, dive into the situation. Whatever gave you resistance, whatever was giving you pause, whatever was kind of light and casual, it just got heavier and more intense, is what I'm saying. Your commitment is being tested. And and that's what it'll do throughout this week until the end of the week. You'll feel like you're trudging around. But that's just because you're in the reality of it now. I don't want you to give up. It's very, very important for you to not give up in this energy. Who is Gemini dealing with? Is this a who? Gemini. Yeah, once again, it's saying this person is not giving up. This person refuses to give up. This is somebody who is morally and ethically protecting their high ground, standing the high ground, saying, I'm gonna do the right thing here. Or at least, I think it's their sincerity here is like not lowering your standards, is what it's saying. Bottom line. It's somebody who in some ways is a bit of a higher standard, but there's 7 of Swords here too, which means that there could be some deception, somebody stealing, somebody taking. You could be dealing with 2 different people. I don't know. Let me see for sure. So it's basically somebody, or it's you, trying to do better. They know that they haven't done so well in the past. They know in the past that they've just kind of taken and cut and run. This is an energy of somebody who just kind of cut and run, right? They're trying to stick it out this time around because they don't want to be the person who just cuts and runs. And then the universe is telling you, don't just cut and run. Stand the high ground, stand your ground, fight this. Don't just cut and run and escape it. But there's that duality in you where one side is going to want to stay and the other side is going to want to cut and run. Let's get into this cut and run side. What do we do to not, like, why do you want to cut and run? Marriage, this has something to do with a marriage, maybe a marriage currently. Maybe somebody is leaving a marriage or needing to leave a marriage, or you just left a marriage. It could be that, you like something happened. This could also be a Taurus energy. It could be your why, like you were deceived before, you were robbed before, things didn't work out before. In other words, there's fears. There's fears that have already been well established inside of you that make you want to fucking cut and run. But that's going to become clear this week. And that's the power of that Chiron-Mercury opposition, is it'll make it very clear to you why you're doing what you're doing and why your behavior is what it is. Because you can't make a change until you realize what you're doing, or that you need to change, right? That it's not working out for you. And suddenly is that realization of what I'm doing, number 1, and why I'm doing it, number 2. And that allows you to get in there and actually fight it and struggle through it and see how to heal it. Mouse is also about, is Virgo energy, but it's also about sickness. Think bacteria, think pestilence. It's been building up for a while. It's not healthy. It's like realizing this isn't healthy behavior. I have to figure out what to do about this. This is you, this is them, but they're bringing it out in you. You're bringing this out in each other. This is fated. That's what koala is about. It's like God wants you to know this lesson so that you don't keep karmically repeating it over and over again. And what I love toward the end of this week is that trine between Mercury and Saturn, to me, signifies for you that you've made harmony with your karma. That you've become aware of it. You've gotten a pattern. You've taken responsibility for it. You've realized it. You've worked through it. Normally, you would have cut and run. You didn't this time. And that's what changes everything. Oh, it's like I got the fucking chills. I'm dead serious. Cards, which set is calling me? Which set wants to talk to me? Aquarius, are you dealing with Aquarius? That energy came up before. It could also just be doing the right thing, philanthropic, being kind, doing what's right for others, like putting them first. It's also a sense of happiness, joy, and friendship, and just deciding, I want to be friendly. I want to be kind. I want to be good for the sake of goodness, or for goodness sake. This is also a sense of popularity. So bringing something out publicly or speaking about it publicly. That I want to dive into a little bit deeper. I want to understand that energy a little bit more. Let's go into the extended and we'll see how this is all playing out in your career, your money, your sex life, your relationships. We'll see how it's specifically playing out and what to do about it. I love you guys so much. The links are below, Gemini. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, like it, share it if you really love it. And the links are below to the extended readings, just so that you know you do have the option now of subscribing over on Vimeo if you want unlimited access to all the extended readings for the length of your membership. So you get to choose. I'll put it to the top of the comment section and I'll see you guys there.